John, what's going on?
Yes, not much, Nick. How are you? Friday. How are things going?
It's a Friday indeed.
Yes.
How are you today?
Okay, it's a beautiful day here today. Well, you're over in Europe, so it was about 0 this morning. But I went out for a nice long bike ride. Just put a jacket on and all that, and beautiful day today though. It's warming up, nice and sunny.
Nice and sunny here in Scotland. It's I would say the other direction. It's been coming down bucket loads today. So I've dressed up for the occasion. But Robert, where's your sports coat? Sergio, how are you?
My brother, how are you?
Not bad at all. Thanks for jumping in. I'm glad you said it. With the Central Time and Eastern Time, I always get confused.
Don't worry, I still struggle with that, and I lived in U.S. for a long time, so actually a lot of times I made a mistake that I put the wrong timing, and then Trey will call me, dude, that's not the time to put the meeting. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, that's one. Especially, I'm going over like several time zones, and we've got some clients over in Australia, again in another time zone. So for me, it's time is everywhere.
I bet it's hard for sure.
We should know all these things. Benjamin, how are you?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Good having you on.
Doing well, man. How's your week going?
Awesome. I think not as good as Trey's, because he phoned and said, "Would you like to take Friday's call because I'm on the golf course?" So he's on a sunnier resort than we all are, I think. Well, maybe you might be, Ben, but
he's in there we go. He's just down the street. He's in Park.
Here's the issue with this thing, man.
Minutes from my house.
I am not a small human, and it doesn't matter what I buy. This thing is painted on.
Yeah.
This is about as high as I can raise my arm right now.
Yeah, no, I remember them from my wedding. I wanted an Italian cut jacket, but when you need to do some Scottish dancing,
that's not gonna work.
Those two don't go together.
Yeah, so I gotta take that off. I just wanted to start the day with that.
At least you entered in it, so no, I'm happy with that.
I did.
Justin, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Not bad at all. Like everybody, it's Friday. I think Juan is getting a weekend drink.
He's making a michelada, I think.
No. Oh, yeah? That's so early. I got a bunch of people working on the house today, so pardon the mess. The faucet in the kitchen sink is not working at all, so plumbers around and everything's mayhem.
So sometimes happens, isn't it? So let's see who else is jumping on today. I know it's like getting closer to like the holiday season, so it's I wonder who's doing the final stretch and getting the final clients over the line, making sure that we get the packages like delivered. That's one of the other things that we're talking about today, probably at some point. So, and a controversial one that we're going to discuss is the UK versus US.
Oh.
Me and Trey were discussing the questions, and that came on. I was like, you know what? It came on the news. I send him. I don't know if you can see it. I send him in WhatsApp in the morning. About the news in the UK. Where is it? It said it was on the news. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see what they're saying? It says the vaccine rate proof that Britain is better? ?
Oh my God.
So they went down that route, and then so I wonder.
Why do they have to politicize it? Let's just get the cure and get over with this shit. It's like whoever gets it first, but just get it.
It's almost like the golf, isn't it? You know, when we get that, we can get the US versus UK. I'm a bit outnumbered here, so like it's probably a bit of an unfair race tonight.
All I'm going to say is the last time that happened, it didn't work out too well for Britain or the UK. I'm just throwing it out there.
True. Clark, good seeing you. How are you?
What's up? And you even wore a tie. I mean, now we're on a completely different level of class than Trey.
Well, the reason why, right, Clark? I don't know if you were there the last time. Robert remembers this one. I think you were the second, the only. Well, me and Robert were probably the only two ones dressed up for the occasion. Trey texted and said, "Guys, wait, because we've got an important guest. Make sure that you dress for the occasion." So we did, and nobody else did. So, and since then, you know, it's been a bit of a joke. So, like I said, you know what? I'll dress up for the occasion tonight again.
I had my sport coat on. Thank you.
You did.
I've got my best flannel shirt here, so
There you go.
I can't really like throw this off, but it's, if I can breathe 30 minutes in, I'll take it off.
Now, so what's funny about this is that, and Justin, I'm not picking on you, but Justin's got the nice blue collared shirt on, yet he's in his bedroom. Yesterday, I had a conference call with somebody from our marketing team and one of my customers, and she's all dressed up, and directly behind her was her bed, which was unmade with clothes thrown all over it.
So actually, this is our
Business
mom.
up front,
Right
party
now,
in the
my
back.
mom's staying here, and so my daughter is sleeping in here, and so everywhere.
I wasn't meaning to pick on you, Justin.
No, it's fine. But when you have an 18-year-old daughter, I'm just glad she's not like coming out. Anyway, just leave it.
We've all been
Respect the
18.
office
We
space
remember-
very much. We'll just leave it at that.
We've been all been 18, and remember what our bedrooms would look like when we were 18.
Oh, I know.
I still get hammered in the morning to make sure that it's spick and span in case someone comes over the floor for a uninvited cup of tea. So yeah, it's like a show home. That's yeah, I get whipped on that side.
We have 4 kids. The house looks how it looks. You don't like it? Go somewhere else.
Well, but that's so now we've got a 2-year-old, and that's just starting. His toys are everywhere, and you just like at some point that's just going to go. It's like just know that that's not going to last forever.
Do you want a clean house or do you want to be sane? I choose sanity,
Right.
and I'll do everything else.
The same here. Yeah, we're gonna have. So Trey is having a trouble getting in, so I'll just send him a quick link.
Sergio, we haven't had a chance to meet in person. See, you have the lean staffing logo there. What do you do with lean staffing?
Bro, I work directly with Trey here right now in sales team. I'm pretty much Trey's right hand. I make sure that everything that he does is on point.
Oh, okay.
Before that, I was part of the concierge team before that. So now I'm just pretty much working with Trey, and essentially I will be doing sales.
You're here in Colombia?
Yes, I'm in Barranquilla right now.
Okay. Sales is not, one thing I found very curious is that saying, un país sabe de lo que sea. I think that's more myth than anything because I think they all left. Like salespeople are hard to find, and I think that's overall in every industry.
Yeah.
Salespeople are easy to find. Sales professionals are tough to find.
Good salespeople.
That's
Or someone that likes doing it, that doesn't burn out after 2 months of making cold calling because it's too tough.
you should have been on the call yesterday with Ron talking about we were talking about turnover and stuff on Hold My Beer. So
I would have loved that. I think I got like 28 employees, but I think hired and fired at least 89, 90.
Oof.
you should have been on. Were you on the call last night? Did you listen in?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance.
Ron,
Yeah.
Was it recorded?
Yeah, can you hear me? We had some struggles. Yes. Let's say TJ had some struggles getting on, but it was recorded so you can see it on YouTube.
Sure,
So,
I'll definitely look it up.
I wish I could say that's the first time that happened. But unfortunately, every week we started a kind of bet on how many minutes late it will be this week,
Oh.
and that's just a free inside joke. It's great when they're on. So.
And the thing was, we tried to get on like 15 minutes before we were going live, and we were still 10 minutes late. But for Brandon, he had a lot of things going on, so he usually is in charge of that.
What did you think of that, Aaron, yesterday?
Aaron.
I think Aaron froze.
Yeah. Yeah.
My internet is not working.
Did you run out of internet?
Yeah, put another dollar in
You're
there.
frozen again, Aaron. Oh.
Rhonda's got the mood lighting. That's nice. Very calm. Very low key.
Yeah. It was
She's just a
busy
calm
morning.
person.
Yeah.
All serene.
Yeah. I am the opposite of that. I am too high intensity to sit in an environment like that.
There we
Well, it
go.
wasn't like that like 10 minutes ago. I was screaming at people.
Walked
It's my
away.
cool down.
Diane, are you back in the cupboard, Diane?
I'm what? I'm sorry.
Are you back in the basement?
No. Now I've graduated to my bedroom.
Ooh, got an upgrade.
I did. I got an upgrade, and I never want to leave it. I have to like walk as soon as I walk out the door. Like my 2 toddlers like try to come running inside of my room. So I just tend to like stay here.
You know what we're gonna do, guys? I'm gonna Eric is coming in. Eric, how are you? Greg is pulling back in. I'm gonna do a poll, right? The first one, because we've got 3. Well, first of all, wait, before I throw in a poll, did anyone see the space waves?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
So what's let's fire away. What's your opinion on that? Are we going a step too far here, or is it commercially
like there's so many nuances that we don't even think about that need to be considered and planned now. I mean, obviously there's going to be some time before, things really take off, but that forward thinking is just inspiring. And then it makes you think, why can't we get our act together now with what we're trying to do here on the planet? That kind of was my thought. It was kind of fun. Gave you energy, positive energy. We humans can do incredible things if we come together and get our minds, all on the same page. That was my takeaway anyway.
Anybody else?
We're actually going to run out of space down here.
I was going to say, Nick, too.
Can I get some context? What was it? Like, I guess in short order.
I mean, they were talking about things like mining on Mars, like environmentally being conscious about your debris, talking about navigating the space and the territorial wars that will probably happen because that's uncharted territory and like there's not exactly laws or systems in place yet to regulate it. But just like the fact of Mars now that I could go on and on. The fact that they've discovered there's possibly water, and now it's going to be more cost efficient to travel there. And then once you get there, there will be things that we didn't realize that we can do while we're there. I say we as humans. Colonization it was amazing.
They're talking about 2030 already about like colonizing, and I was like, that's maybe a trip to the moon would do, but
yeah. Do you remember they had that, I forget the name of it, but people returned to Mars and not coming back. So they had people screened through psychologists that were willing to go there and colonize Mars with knowing full well that they weren't going to come back. I don't know if that's a go now. I've seen it reported both ways, but just the concept is pretty mind-boggling.
On that concept, depends which movie you've watched, if I would go for it or not.
Yeah.
So some of them it looks very interesting, and some of them are like perhaps not my
I should watch The Expanse. on Amazon. That show is bomb.
What is it called?
The Expanse. It's exactly
Expanse.
this that we're talking, like, and it's a
I mean,
very
why not?
depiction of it. It's pretty interesting because it gives us back that pioneer, it gives us back that need of exploring that we no longer have. Like, the last thing we have to explore land-wise is, like, what is it? Atlantis, maybe, and that's underwater, so we need to go underwater, we need to go up, but we need to go somewhere, for sure, because if not, we're going to stay stagnant. Like, how is our society itself going to evolve?
Exactly.
Do you think
After 100 years of the same?
Do you think we're doing that because, like, we've screwed up the planet enough and now we're just going to try somewhere else?
No, I think it's just like our inherent need of exploring, of expanding.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're going to run out of space down here on Earth. Real estate is the best bet financially on any sense, because there's more and more humans, and there will be more and more humans and more places to live. Like, that's one of the base premises of it. So eventually we're going to run out of space for the people that we have. We don't have the infrastructure to feed the 100% of the population. I mean, we still have starvation as an issue, as a human race, not as countries. As a human race, we still have starvation as an issue. Yet we have overproduction of food. Like, those type of issues, like, I don't think it's necessary because we fucked it up enough here, but we still have that inherent need of go explore something. Like, before it was the entrepreneurs, when they were opening roads in France, and then we went to pioneer the seas, and now we have nowhere else to explore except upwise.
I mean, they're also
money grab.
They're gonna go. They're trying to find different materials that they can't mine here. I mean, and that was really interesting. I caught it. Is that, like, well, obviously a lot of these finite resources, if you can bring that in, I mean, it's profit what's going to go there. At the end of the day, like, you need a budget big enough to get you there. There's not, I mean, it's not like it's accessible. You don't just hop in a wagon like we did, 250 years ago and go, hey, I'm going to see if I can make it. Like, you need a $500 million budget before you can even sit at that table, right? I mean, it's got to be profit that's going to drive it first. Hopefully, though, they find other ways to solve problems, like everybody said here, right? Food, different ways to do all of it from those studies.
Deep
right?
water running out. I mean, all those existential problems that we've got ourselves into, and we have no immediate handbrake to stop. Just imagine that, like, if we can bring ice, like a huge freaking cube of ice in space, and bring it close enough so we can start doing logistics to bring clean water down to Earth. And we solve that issue. Hey, we're running out of clean water to drink. It opens a lot of things. It's like, it just becomes very mind-boggling, the possibilities.
They even are studying disease up there. Obviously with my background, that's
where COVID came from. Makes so much more sense.
Came from the moon, right?
Somebody went to Area 51 and then used their face.
It was cool. It was cool. It's fun to think about, right? After all this friggin' COVID mess, it was just kind of fun to let your mind go someplace else.
I have a question. Juan, you were talking about the inherent need to explore, so which is interesting. I don't disagree with you there, but do you also feel that there's an inherent need to explore, but also to kind of to want more in, like, a greedy sense, because inherently, let's be honest, like, humans, we're pretty greedy. So it's like also, is it also that taking over as well, because we want more, and we just want to take it all for ourselves, because, Nick, you mentioned the planet, and let's be truthful here. Like, we're the parasites on this planet. If we were all to die off, the planet would thrive. It's just, I don't know. I'm just curious in what you think.
On that sense, I mean, yes, I think that's going to be a thing. Just if you hyper exponentially, like, augment the concept of corporation, you can start thinking about things like sovereign corporate territories in space. You then start thinking about those, because as they were saying, it's like a wagon going to the Wild West where there's no law, no God, right? Back in the day. Imagine that in space where nobody is seeing. Like, it's just that take what's there. Yes, that's going to be absolutely there always,
I
unless
think it'll
there's
be more like the ocean, like how we just have international waters and it's a free for all out there. Like, hey, once you're a certain amount, once you're this far away,
I've always been scared.
have at
Like,
it.
I've always been scared of. I think if the world were to end, it would have to be a social collapse. And just the thought of like what human can do to human in a position of need or greed. They go by, hand in hand.
Both ways. Yeah.
And you see the barbarism of the Wild West, where there's not that big brother observing and that, that part that makes you like, that keeps people in place going on. So it's like, yes, I think that's gonna be a Wild West. And besides being like civilian, like craft or whatever Tesla or SpaceX comes up with, eventually you're gonna start seeing guns out there. Maybe an M14, an M4 that's gonna be here like in Mars 200 years from now, but that thing is never gonna be outdated. But you'll see that going out there with what need to like keep everything in control.
Good.
It's just interesting. Interesting.
It was such a mind-blowing topic, and I was like, that's why, like, when we were talking about like what topics we discuss, like on Word on the Street, I was like, depending on, because it's been going on for a while, but it's now, because like what they're saying as well is they're looking at like the logistics industry and like drone deliveries and all this kind of stuff. So like it's not just like the space travel, but it's like they're starting on like they're starting somewhere here, and then they're going to branch out, and at some point, like I do think we do need to push, but like it's because I almost see it as a concept car, right? Like when you go to Detroit Motor Show and you see like all these amazing concept cars, it's the little elements that make it into real production rather than the full concept car. So they might aim very high, but there's certain elements we can probably learn from.
Yeah.
I read an article just, a week ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, about how the military is working on ways to deliver soldiers and ordnance like hypersonically from, one side of the globe to the other, but with extreme speed going up into, much higher than what we typically go because they can just fly up there. But anything like that the military investigates or puts a lot of research into, eventually it's going to come back down, and that's where it's going to be. It's going to be with logistics companies so right now, Amazon was the first one that really went into, well, anything in the whole world that you order, we can get it to you in 2 days. And, whether that's by putting warehouses in multiple locations and having 1 billion drivers that will get it there. Well, now it's going to be like the stuff that you order from China can be to your house, the next day. And at first, it's expensive, but after the technology is around for a couple of years, it becomes affordable, just like everything else becomes affordable. Somebody finds a way to do it cheaply and easily and make a ton of money off of it, and so it will progress that way.
That's Richard Branson's point, and why he was funding it, even going back like 20 years ago when he first started funding this, was he's like, if you can put people like an airplane, right? Exactly what you said, Justin, into orbit, you could fly from New York to Australia in hours, like 2-3 hours. You're flying at hypersonic speeds in orbit. You bring it back out of orbit, like you're now making the globe shrinks, right? You can get not only products, but people and everything gets there faster, more effectively, and cheaper. And you're right, to Nick's point. I mean, even think about like that's where the internet came from. It came from DARPA. It came from the military research. All of that stuff, as they're developing these things to reach another planet, they find different ways to develop cell phone technology. They're going to find different ways and more effective ways to communicate. Everything's going to spin off of that.
Yeah, they actually, one of the segments actually talked about that, Ben, yesterday, making that correlation.
Talking about Amazon, right? When Justin's talking about Amazon, I will fire away the first poll. That's all about what's happening now with UPS, Amazon, and everybody else saying we don't know if we can deliver everything before Christmas, right? So I don't know how everybody is, but like, so I'll run the poll, put some 90s tunes on there, and that's for you. And let's see where everybody is with this. So I'm launching the poll.
Are you up in Pittsburgh, John? You're just a Steeler fan.
I'm in Dallas Fort Worth. But I was born up in Pittsburgh.
Myself as well. Where at in Pittsburgh?
Okay. New Kensington.
I grew up in McKeesport.
Okay, well, I didn't grow up there, but that's where I was born. I've been a Steeler fan since I've been a kid, and that's a long time ago.
We need to get together, John. I forgot. We just live right here by each other.
Let me submit that. I can't see who's talking, so let me submit.
Oh, no, it's Eric. It's Eric Serta.
Oh, okay, Eric. Okay,
Yeah.
I know you. Are you still in Keller?
Yeah, just right here in Keller.
Okay, because we lived in Keller for many years. We just moved to Arlington about 3 years ago.
Right on. Yeah, we postponed our move to West Texas because of coronavirus.
Right.
We're just waiting now. Yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do.
Okay, guys, is almost everyone in? I'll give it a bit longer.
Okay, now let me hit submit. There we go.
Oh, did we lose Erin? Is she gone? Oh.
I will throw this out there for all those that are, I know that we're all sick of this whole COVID thing, right? And just all the unknowns that are going on with it. I did a fascinating interview with a guy named Dr. Fred Clary, who talked about all the way down to the mRNA level of what COVID is, why it's unique, how it affects us, how we defend against it on my podcast, Strength and Anger. It started about an hour, 10 minutes into the podcast when we started interviewing Dr. Fred. He breaks down in about an hour, probably as concisely and as brilliantly as I've ever heard coronavirus explained, how it is unique, does affect people, but really how to, as the average human to defend against it. Phenomenal interview. Again, shameless plug because I did the interview, but he really does a great job of just breaking it down. And I think, for me anyway, appeasing some of the concerns I have about the unknowns, because there's actually not a lot of unknowns about it. And so I just highly recommend listen to the Dr. Fred Clary Strength and Anger interview. He absolutely crushes it. He also kind of goes off on his soapbox of, I will preface that, but unbelievable job he did explaining it.
Okay, guys, I've just ended the poll. I'm just going to share the results and let's see what everybody's up to. Okay.
Robert, where do you have this interview?
What's up?
Where's the interview? And on your LinkedIn?
No, I'll post it in the comments here. I don't post any of my powerlifting stuff on LinkedIn really because it weirds people out. So, but yeah, I'll post the link in the comments in the chat here.
Gentlemen, I have to step out. Sorry to interrupt. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. Nick, great job, and I hope you guys take care. All right.
Perfect. Thanks for having on, Sergio.
Have a blessed weekend.
Okay, guys. So, what percentage of Christmas gifts do you purchase online with home delivery? So, of course, 0%. So everybody's ordering at least something online. And so I'm wondering, right? So most of us it's like 50% or over, right? Is that due to COVID, or if COVID wasn't happening, you would still order online?
It's been a long time since I've gone to the store for almost anything Christmas shopping wise. I've done pretty much all Amazon or something for several years now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lazy.
Same.
Well, we do a lot. I get packages off the porch every day. We do a lot of it. I don't go to stores. I'll go to a record store here and there, an auto parts store, and pop in the grocery. But I even do the drive-up grocery where they bring it out to the truck.
So is that due to COVID, John, or is that
due to COVID? Yeah, I'm 64 years old. I want to be careful. I don't want to get this crap.
Yeah. Smart.
I think it's also more convenient. I mean, that's for me. It's
That's my big thing.
Yeah, if I can avoid going to the store, even like before COVID, I would shop online a little too much. I think I have a problem, but it's super convenient for me, so I do it.
So then question two, like straight away on that, but a delay in shipping this year, cause you to shop more in stores or not? So like, who would shop more in store because of the potential delays? Clark.
Yep.
You would go. what is it like where you are, like the restrictions and everything?
Well, both Trey and I live in St. Louis, and we live under a draconian
Yeah.
Gal.
Sorry.
Oh, our county council is just absolutely horrible. So it's pretty bad. The other reason that it's bad, and I'll get back on to, is the St. Louis County has actually implemented several pretty heavy duty restrictions, but the outlying counties have not. So we're seeing an influx of those patients come into our medical facilities and so forth. But going back to, listen, I'm going nuts. I got to get out of here. You know what I mean? I haven't seen a customer. John, you and I spoke about this yesterday.
Yep.
I have not had an opportunity to actually physically visit a customer in some time. So for me to be able to get out of the house, whether it be for exercise or to go to the mall, I'm going. I don't, and I'll wear my mask. So.
Well, I get up each morning, and since I don't have a commute anymore, like this morning, even though it was 34 degrees out, I went and did a 16-mile bike ride. And then yesterday I got up in the morning and did 5-mile run. So I alternate each day with bike riding and running. And that just kind of keeps my mind clear also, because I'm very social as well. Not being able to get out and see people, especially just now starting a brand new business, and I can't even get out and call people. I'd like to jump in the Tundra and go to Houston and visit a bunch of customers or potential customers, but everybody's home. So it's, got to do something to keep sane.
True. No, definitely true. So number 3, would you be okay if Christmas present arrived after Christmas? So 2/3 said yes, that's fine. I wonder if that's 2/3 without kids.
Yes.
You said as well?
Kids are grown.
I'm guilty of that. I still text when your dad goes.
My child's older, so it doesn't matter.
I just tell the kids that listen, Santa had to get a COVID test. He had to quarantine first, so it just took a little while to get stuff here. It's not a big deal. You work with the cards you're dealt.
True. Santa's like like he's gotten the testing done. Like that takes a while. So yeah, look, I'm gonna use that one if that's gonna be asked. Why is my present not arrived yet? Well, Santa's not arrived yet. So number 4.
In Glasgow, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So will the general population foregoing limit Christmas celebrations like they did at Thanksgiving? So we're on the fence there, 50-50. So
I think half will and half won't. If you look at what happened at Thanksgiving.
So
limited ours, but you drive around. Texas is wide ass open. I mean, you drive around Texas and the parking lots are full, the restaurants are full. It's people just don't give a shit up here. It seems like it's crazy.
That's slightly different here. So here in the UK, which is, in my opinion, I would love to know your opinion on this, guys. What they're going to do here is for 5 days over Christmas and New Year, they're going to open everything back up. Just for 5 days. So they're going to loosen the restriction for 5 days so we can celebrate Christmas and New Year.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Nick? Like lift, like, are there no, what do you call it? Like everybody can go whatever number they want?
Currently, and we've got a 5-tier system, depending on where you are. And then at the moment, I am, if you're tier 3 or above, you're not allowed in anybody else's home. That's it. Gyms are closed, restaurants are closed after 6 o'clock.
Wow.
So all of that. But then during Christmas, you're allowed up to 8 or 9 people of several households in your so that's all of a sudden that restriction we had is out the window for like 5 days.
Yeah.
So I can get everybody in, have a party, and then 5 days later it's back to. So I think we're going to pay for that in January, and then even after that. So there's
Do you have a curfew?
No, so
like on the weekends?
No, the only thing that we have is like restaurants and bars close after 6 o'clock. So like as in sitting in, you can still have takeaways, but there's no bar drinking after 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And that's the only restrictions. There's no actual evening curfews.
Oh, okay.
Which
My sister lives in Portugal, and they have 1 p.m. restrictions on the weekends, or curfews on the weekends. So
PM, like PM, not AM.
yeah,
Wow.
p.m. Yeah.
Hey, thankfully, if you get in the house at 12:59, the Rona can't get you. It just sits outside. Darn, missed him again. Son of a gun.
That's like
That's right.
The issue with Portugal and Spain is their architecture of their cities. The mega block concept that they have there, where there's very little actual vehicles going through the city, like streets for vehicles. It's a lot of it narrow valley, like corridors where people walk. There's a lot of people walking around, so it's like, you know,
yeah.
it's just set up for it.
So last question: How has COVID impacted your holiday home decorating, Mr.?
Oh gosh,
He's
golfing.
Yes.
He's golfing.
Oh.
He's always golfing.
I'm team building, boys. I'm not golfing. I'm team building. There's a difference.
Sir, you're in public without a mask during a pandemic. For shame, you're the problem.
I'm team building on the golf course with my boys. See, I got my boy Hunsky right here.
No.
We are currently 25 up. Is that right? We're 25 bucks up.
Yeah, and you just touched him. Now you both have COVID. Good job.
Hey Trey, you said you were going to come this way.
I've been with these guys all week. No, not yet. And then we got T Crow and Ryan Bell over here. They're struggling, but it's all right. They're about to come back. I got a feeling.
Where are you guys playing at, Trey? Where are you playing?
We're playing at Parkland Golf Club in Parkland, Florida.
Florida.
Beautiful facility, and I got a birdie putt coming up. Let's go.
Oh, please tell me who's going to hold the camera while you do this. I want to.
Just wanted to say that. Can someone hold that camera?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Absolutely. We got this. Now, it's not a good birdie putt. It's about 40 feet, but we still going to give it a run.
And
that's
Trey,
all right.
if you ever needed to be clutch, this is it. This is when you need to be clutch, Trey.
Trey's been clutch. Time to be clutch. We've been clutch all day, boys. I'm telling you.
Okay, well, hey, got the easy part down. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Let's fucking go.
Be the
Let's
ball.
go.
Be the ball. Be the ball.
Be the ball.
Get in your home.
All right. I'm going to give you guys a quick view of what we got to work with here. Let's see if I can flip my camera around, and then you guys can check it out. Come on. There we go. This is what I got right there. That's the putt
That
right
green grass. I'm so
Okay.
jealous.
It's like a slight lie.
Beautiful. All right, you're going first.
You're wearing one too.
We got a little left to right here. It's uphill again. Get a little influence off of that right there. Everything goes towards the water. You got this? Come on.
Here we go.
Hey, that palm tree in the back. Aim right at that. Right back there.
Oh, Lord.
All right, here we go. This is the take a one-up lead because y'all ain't making that putt. Now,
This is where I hold up
there's
the
no
quiet
chance.
sign right here.
No, no. We should do miss it, Noonan. Miss it. Miss it.
Quiet. You're getting heckled, Hunt. You're getting heckled, bud. You turn the volume down.
Close, bad putt.
Okay, yeah, the hand wave.
Oh, that's not near enough. Oh, that's bad news. That's bad news.
I got a bad read. You guys are distracting him. I got a bad read.
Like the no talking policy went out the window there.
Oh, you guys can't see my ball, so it's all good. You can't see where I hit it. It's about
Not in the hole, we know that much.
In the leg, I saw it, Hunter. You can't hide it.
It's in a one-eyed alligator's mouth.
Jobs. No.
Jobs. At least somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Some Happy Gilmore action.
You will not make
Yeah, there
this
you
putt,
go.
jackass.
That was a good movie.
Oh, he's tracking.
To watch the reaction, we got to know.
Nah, too short.
Oh, no. There goes the short.
It's not bad.
The pressure was too much. Too many eyes on the ball.
It's a little short.
At least you didn't throw your club.
Can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen, baby.
I can't afford new clubs. That's all right. We got this. You guys are gonna get my perspective. This is what it looks like to be me, y'all. Right here. There we go. We got that. All right. Now watch these yahoos. Let's see what happens over here. These guys
That's
ain't made
good
a putt
team
all day.
building. Call your team names.
Hey, that's right. We got to make them tough. These guys haven't made a putt all day.
I don't think I've ever heard Trey Griggs talk shit, and I love it.
Not
He
even
needs to go
close.
to that golf course more often.
Yeah.
We'll give you that one.
Yeah.
All right, Arbel, what you got? What's pressure? Oh, that's a better line. He might have had it. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
There it
That's
is.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's big. Say something to the camera now.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Well, what that means is we don't have to putt ours, but we're gonna putt it anyways, just to show y'all. Oh no, wait, we're
Get
not.
outta here,
Oh, look at
Trey.
this. All right, I gotta make one for you guys here. Here we go. Tyler, you gonna hold this?
Yeah, I'll man the.
You got it. You man.
I'll man the booth.
All right, here we go.
I'll man the booth.
All right. Easy pep talk. Don't fuck it up.
That's what I've been telling them all. It's an easy 3-putt from here.
Robert Bain, get out of my kitchen, man.
Maybe you need to wear your headband, Trey.
Should be wearing it. I left it at home. Oh, come on!
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Get him off.
man.
Get that camera off.
Yeah.
The pressure got to you.
Yeah,
I was about to say I will hand over my Ryder Cup hat to you, but that's my cover.
I've never had Robert Bain, in my kitchen on the golf course before. I gotta get
Like I
used
said,
to that.
you can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen, baby.
How's my boy Nick doing? He holding it down?
Phenomenal. You're fired.
Well, he definitely dresses better than I do. That's for sure.
Well, I needed to dress up for the occasion. Robert came dressed up, so yeah. Remember last time?
Yeah, we're tired of seeing Kansas City crap.
There we go.
I love this community. I love having somebody like Nick who will jump in and take over. So.
Well, what we do next time is like you will do the show, and I'll be on the golf course, and I will do
No. Next time we'll both be on the golf course. That's what we got to do.
And I will actually make it.
That's the plan. All right. Well, hey, listen. I hate crashing the party. I want to let you guys get back to what you're doing. Plus, I got to get back in the game. My head's not in it right now. So we'll talk to you guys later. Good to see y'all. Have a good Friday.
Excuses.
You
See you, Trey. Yeah, he couldn't deal with the pressure. I wonder what's going to happen because the guys are coming over in August, I think it is. So I'm still trying to get all the courses organized. I was at St Andrews the other day and trying to organize there, but it's a waiting list that's like ridiculously long.
Mm.
So and then the cost that go on top of it. That's fine. Trey will handle that one, right? So that's fine. So
I mean, if he couldn't handle me being on the phone, Nick, what's he gonna do when I'm there in person talking smack to him?
yeah, because that's allowed. When we're there, that's allowed, right? It's not going to be like.
I say, if he can't handle it on the phone, what is he gonna do when I'm right there? Just whisper.
Well, to be honest, I kind of need you in my team then, because that's good for my winning streak. If he's not, because let's do that. Let's do that, guys. I'm gonna fire one more poll, another poll. This one is controversial, which is the UK versus the US. Who will win the race, right? I know I'm outnumbered. I had it. It's gone for some reason. My computer shut down. I had a Scottish theme tune, but that was maybe going to help me. Let me see if I can get up.
I'm not. Maybe it's just me, but that first question, I'm not quite unsure what they're asking. UK versus the US. So you're saying they will?
Do countries really care about it? Like, is it?
Okay. I got you.
So this is a song that gets sung at every Scottish wedding. Robert, I don't know if you know this one. Give me 2 seconds. This is a song that gets done in every wedding.
Oh.
Song.
Bum, 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 bum. It's good head banging music.
My wife and I had my wedding. We actually had no music at our wedding.
And the video to this song was awesome.
Yeah.
It was that Johnny Depp, man, Bonnie, was it the movie? Did anybody remember the movie it was in?
Public Enemy. I think it was Public Enemy.
No, well, it was also in a
Benny
movie with,
and June, right?
yeah, Benny and June. Yeah, that's right. With Johnny Depp.
And normally you won't listen to this song sober. This is probably not a song you'll hear sober. Let me say, okay, I'll just end the poll and share the results with you guys. There we go. Okay, so I know I'm outnumbered, but let's see what everybody said. So do countries really care about who distributes a vaccine test first? Yes, but it's stupid, 50%. And then no, and it shouldn't matter. But who said no? Who thinks they don't really care? You don't think they care?
Oh, no one cares. I mean, Russia already started distributing it, so whatever.
I said no.
But at the end of the day, like, we want it done right. We don't care if it's first.
Oh no,
in UK one, because they end around the same trials just to basically cut it off.
I'll see if I can find that clip from this morning's news, where actually our one of our main health politicians started chanting UK first. So and I thought that was, and that's when what's his name again? The American guy who's in the pharmaceuticals, got the biggest. What's his name? Yeah, Fauci. So he came on and kind of went through him, but he came back on 2 or 3 hours later apologizing. So I wonder what, again, there, it's all political, right? And
there's a difference, though. There's a significant, there's a significant difference, though, in how the U.S. approves vaccines, and specifically in this particular trial with these 2 vaccines. In the UK, Pfizer, Moderna were sharing the results and the data that they were getting with the UK's health department as the trial was going on. The difference here in the US is we have to wait for bureaucratic bullshit, which is purely what it is. It's bureaucratic bullshit. We have to wait to compile all the data and then submit it and have it reviewed. So there is your primary difference in terms of why the UK got it out first. I don't trust Russia. I don't trust China's stuff.
Brexit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No China stuff.
Happened because before the UK was in the European Union. So they needed to go through that whole bureaucratic cycle as well. Now we're not fully out yet, but we already act like we do. So we didn't need to go to the European Union and ask for approval and everything else. We just ran through it, and I think that's what happened there, where they were like, okay, some of the stuff that was said on the news is ridiculous. Even with this, but.
And in a situation like this, bureaucracy needs to be put aside. It's not a matter it has all the stamps from here to to Belfast and back. It just needs to be done. This is a situation that could potentially put us down as a society, a global society. There's no time for this bullcrap.
That's not going to happen. There's too much money involved. There's way too much money involved. That will never happen. That's why we have the checks and balances here in the U.S. with the bureaucracy, because there are many, many people that are part of that process that stand to make a shitload of money.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why they just want to make sure my check's signed. That's all they give a shit about. They don't care if we get the vaccine or not.
Well, but I mean, and Bane, to your point, though, I mean, if you think about the process, and I speak of this with a little bit of knowledge, because one of our clients is actually one of the largest distribution companies that's actually involved with the distribution of this. So I get this stuff on a weekly basis, but we have to spend 2 weeks. It's actually 3 weeks if you think about it. When they submit that final stuff to the FDA, those people have not seen any of that BS. And back to your point, now I get to get paid. Now I get to justify my paycheck. yet we're still seeing a significant portion of people dying, right?
Yes.
Regardless
People
of how
are
you
gonna
feel
die
about it.
for 3 weeks more at an astonishing rate. For 3 weeks more for the last veto.
We'll be at a half. I guarantee in the U.S.
Positives. It's not that they care about that. What they care about is, am I going to get paid?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Am I
it's a
gonna
money
get
grab.
Yeah, they don't care who dies. They just want their money.
We don't want to downplay that people have passed away. Awesome. Will you sign my fucking check so we can make this work?
True. 100%. Exactly.
And I guarantee you, those are going to be the first people in line getting the vaccines too.
So this comes to the second question, right? Where will there be unintended side effects of the vaccine? That's already been discussed here. Where in our family we've got a couple of nurses and stuff, but one of them said, "I need to take it because I'm a frontline worker," but she said, "I don't want to because the potential side effects that she heard of was potentially that she could be infertile." So she was like, "Great."
I was about to jump into that one because I'm willing to give it like 12 months, 2 years, and just keep doing this lifestyle, like very careful, like, living it, like going around. Because, for example, I'm about to be 30. I have no kids, but I do want kids, and you don't know if that's gonna, shut down the factory. You know what I mean? So it's like this is experimental. There has to be some side effects, and I think it's like sincere, like to stay and see what happens.
So can I ask a question? Because both of these 2 points seem diametrically opposed, right? If everybody thinks there should be no rules and regulations and they should rush it out to save lives, then you shouldn't care if there's side effects. I mean, yes, there's bureaucracy, but I mean, the whole reason they have trials is to reduce the risk of side effects to the population, right? So you can't have it both ways. Like, hey, I don't want any side effects, and I want this to rush out. And I mean, that's just kind of talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Who was the person who said no? Who said, okay, I don't think there's going to be any side effects?
I don't think we have a way to know yet, really. I mean,
no, but on the poll,
when Fauci says it's okay, and I see him getting a shot, I'll get a shot. But other than that, I mean, it's been so politicized here in this country that when the science and says it's okay, then I'll go ahead and get it.
Yeah, you need in a sense, like you kind of want to hope that you could trust the people with their expertise in the field. If they say okay, then like in a sense, if you're a driver and like you trust the person to bring a load from A to B because that's what they're good at. And if someone is their expertise in the field of medicine, and they say it is good to go, then you would hope that they're not going to have on their head that there's so many side effects that we are not aware of that potentially could harm a lot of additional people. So no, in a sense, I agree with that.
This is where I wanted to answer Ben. Just like you can't eat your cake and have it. That saying applies, like what you're saying, but just this is a priority number one are the people in the ICU that are dying. And if it can save them, it really doesn't matter if it has a side effect at that point.
But Warren, they don't trial vaccines to just give to people that may die and nobody else. They have to be safe that you're going to apply to the population.
They have to push it forward so we can acquire what they're calling herd immunity, right? But I think first cases, ICU, people that have it already, and start going from there. Like that would be a small batch that necessarily would not imply that we need to vaccinate the entire human population, and then figure out if this is gonna leave us all infertile, and then there's no more babies after that, and we're just done as a species. Like there's always like that middle ground. It should have been rushed. 3 weeks is 2 weeks of people dying. But if you're dying in an ICU, like you have two options. You take it and it could have side effects, or you just go to the other side,
True. So bringing to that, right, to question number 3. So if offered, would you be most comfortable taking the vaccine when? Immediately, 6 to 12 months, after a year, never. So like more than 50% said never, right? I'm not taking. I'm at the moment that like I'm still at that age where you're not high risk age and I'm healthy and everything else. Okay, I know that doesn't need to mean anything, but I wonder what your take is on that. And like, who would say like, oh, straight away, depending if you're a risk factor, of course, because my mother-in-law is like at a risk, the risk group, high risk group, and she said we talked about this whole topic yesterday, and she was like, when it comes out, I'll be the first one to take it.
Well, I'm the one who said immediately, but it's immediately upon scientific and medical approval. I mean, once they say it's safe to take, then I'll take it. But until that happens, no, I'm going to wait. I'm not. I mean, I'm a little bit older, but I'm in good shape and exercise and try to do the right things. But once the science and medical community says it's okay, then yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, so question 4. Let's just forget about that one, right? Because I knew it was going to be outnumbered there. So, by the way, who's that one person that said yes? That person.
Well, what was the question?
It was, is the UK better than the US? That was within the vaccine.
Oh, I think that was me.
Well, I think I can weigh in on whether the UK is better than the US on that one.
Okay, guys, I'm going to do a quick last poll, right? Because this has been a funny one over the on LinkedIn. Over the last couple of weeks or so, it started with one of the polls that started the kind of like the debate was to tag or not to tag with Dooner and dudes, Dooner and Kevin, and that got heated, right?
Trying to get that going again.
Yeah, kind of. Eric had a great post on that one. I done one. Kevin done one. So that was a good one. And then I can't remember I think it was on What the Truck as well, where we were talking about real or artificial trees.
Yep.
And then the other day, what was it? Yesterday, 2 days ago. Socks or pants first. Doing it like
yeah.
So these guys are bringing it to the table, right? So I'm just firing a poll. And
hey, Nick, I threw your idea of the hybrid to my boss because her husband are fighting it over it. She's like, "Oh, that's a good idea." So I brought you up.
Well, because I was thinking, with the hybrid, you've got the grass that's got hybrid grass, like the artificial plus some like real grass through that. So I was like, why not for trees?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we tried a real one last year. But our son likes, to pull the tree, and like after a while, it's so dry that it doesn't make it to the end of the season, and then most of it is all
yeah.
So
and why can't you be objective and analyze each one of these instead of just committing, right? When I had small kids, it was the same thing, right? Go with fake trees so the needles aren't going. Hey, listen, if my feet are sweaty, I know for a fact putting my pants on is going to be harder, right? Getting them through there, so I'm going to put socks on first, right? Right? Or it depends, right? Why do I got to commit, man? Just let me analyze each situation.
Let's have a It's been and I can't remember who was saying it. So there was and that actually that came after I saw this. Someone asked Dooner, shirt on first, or t-shirt or shirt on first, or deodorant.
Wait, what?
So deodorant or shirt? What's first?
Depends on what type of shirt.
Shirt.
Yep. Go either way.
If it's a button
Shirt
up,
first.
then it's shirt first. I mean, if it's a button up, then yeah, you can do it after you put on the shirt.
You Eric.
And then,
are you using white?
But if it's a t-shirt, you gotta put it on after.
Is it white or is it clear?
Yeah, white or clear. You're gonna get it on a black. Is it a black shirt? Then you definitely got
a black shirt.
Is it spray? Is it spray? I mean, everybody, when you're booking freight, listen, when you're booking freight till wee hours in the morning, you
white stripes on the shirt. Most of my
Hey,
blacks.
Hey, gang, I gotta roll. My boss is out there. I gotta go kick her ass.
Thanks.
So.
All right. Hey, Rhonda.
Yeah. What?
Hey, before you go, I got to roll too, but I wanted to get this in real quick. Do you hear about the police that were looking for that big glass of water? They were looking for it. It's wanted in 3 states: liquid, solid, and gas. All right, I got to roll, guys.
All right, bad
I'm
dad
out.
joke.
Had to drop that bomb. Talk to you.
I love it.
Oh, God.
Bye, gang.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Ciao.
Yes, thanks for that, guys. Like, I'm gonna do another poll probably like soon on LinkedIn. One that is because I think everybody was to tag or not to tag, or I'm gonna revive this one. So have a great weekend, all. Thanks for jumping on, and I'll see you guys soon.
Happy weekend, everyone.
Bye.